Okay, so I came across this video of Joe Rogan teaching George St. Pierre how to do the back kick some years ago now. Now, I didn't really think much of it then, apart from it was cool. George is really open to new ideas. He's going to sit down and, even listen to what some commentators got to say about some techniques. Now, there's a whole story around this. He's actually hasn't just sat down. He's actually gone and sought out some help. And that's great for GSP. Um, However, this video has been doing some rounds over the years now, and I've come up across again some remakes of this video, and people are treating Joe Rogan as some kind of fighting genius. Although I have to say he hasn't actually put that out himself, as far as I can tell. However, I've got a number of issues with what he's been teaching here. And hopefully what you'll see by the end of my video is you'll be able to see those issues yourself. So what's my problem with this video? Firstly, Joe's trying to correct GSP's back kick. The problem is that he's teaching him instead to do a spinning side kick. Now, the video that Joe Rogan's put out there literally states spinning side kick. So he knows full well that he's teaching him a spinning side kick. However, what's clear in the short video clip of GSP showing what he did before, and from some of the other points that you'll see Joe makes in terms of his correction, is clearly that he was doing a back kick. And given his Kyokushin background, that's quite common. They do this back kick. But these are two completely different kicks. So that's a problem in itself. And for those of you who don't know anything about martial arts, it might look fairly obvious, or it might sound obvious that these are two different things. Why is he teaching him something else? However, it's not easy to spot. So here's the thing, to me, it looks like if I went up to someone and said, hey, look, your roundhouse kick is terrible, you need to fix it. But then I show you how to do a front kick instead, right? Doesn't matter how good the front kick I teach is, it's not really correcting your roundhouse. And although my example here is quite extreme, the back kick and the spinning back kick are fairly similar. When somebody comes up and does this, it's just going to confuse you. I'm going to cut to another video by Chuck Liddell, who demonstrates for you the difference between a back kick and a spinning side kick. He also recognizes that people get these confused. There's a really good tutorial which I'll let you listen to first, and then we'll come back to the Joe Rogan tutorial to pick up on another issue that bugs me about this video. So yeah, enjoy that, and I will speak in a moment.
I see them throw a spinning, one of the problems with spinning side back kick is they throw a spinning side kick. Go all the way, they spin way too far. And the purpose of spinning, to me, is to get power anyway. Once you spin and throw that side kick, your spin's going over there, your side kick's going that way. So when I spinning or spinning back kick, my motion's going that way. So you don't spin and get power. Now, easiest thing, we do it slow. Step, turn, back. Snap. Now eventually, what I'd like you to get to is just being able to do this. Just a jump, quick kick. My head doesn't get around. You gotta see the target. If it ain't there when I started the kick, it ain't gonna be there when I turn my eye. I'd like to be able to change my kick midair and throw it somewhere else. So if I'm gonna do it, I want you to get to the point where eventually just be here. Okay?
You just gotta polish it. And
Yeah,
just
but
adjust.
I think I learned it wrong though.
But you'll
I learned it
adjust.
like this.
Yes.
Nobody ever told me that,
The knee up is the best. And the knee up is a good defensive thing too. You're here. You know, it's hard to hit you with roundhouse kicks. It's hard to hit you with mud. It's a good technique, man.
Fuck, man. This is very dangerous.
My real final issue with this video really has to do with this idea that Joe's kicks are something special. Yeah. So there's lots of commentaries you can see on various YouTube videos about how much power there is in his kick. Well, yes, there is. There's a lot of power. However, it's clear the power he is generating is wild, which is why he's missing the target. Now, I know he claims it is because of the floor, but I've heard this argument before from many martial artists, when really what's happened is they've overused that spin and they've gone off target. And you'll see Chuck Liddell in his video, he alludes to that particular point himself. Now the real issue is that the power here is pointless if it's not going to hit the target regularly, or if it's too telegraphed, as is the case here. It's like winding up for a haymaker. Sure, if it lands, it will be powerful, yeah, but we all know haymakers rarely do land. So professional fighters, will, you know, in particular, they're going to opt for tighter techniques. Now, again, if you'll see the Liddell clip, the back kick is actually the tighter kick, and you can do it from a much closer distance, which is much harder to see coming, which in fighting, that's what you want to be able to do. Personally, I've not really seen the spinning side kick be effective. Maybe 1 in 100 kicks you'll see be effective and finish an opponent. That's to me, it's not really good odds, and given how telegraphed it is and how much energy it takes and the potential for messing up, I just don't see it being worthwhile. Now, inevitably, there'll be a few Joe Rogan fanboys who think I'm talking shit. I actually made a comment on one of the videos and was rounded upon by a viewer who proceeded to tell me that Joe's been doing martial arts for 30 years, blah blah blah. So let me be clear, I'm not saying Joe knows nothing, just that his view on this is limited to his experience and understanding. But more importantly, that viewers need to avoid looking at the aesthetics alone. A wider experience is necessary to really understand this. If you're still not convinced, have a look at the following Taekwondo competition compilation, which I've nabbed from another YouTuber. Literally only one of the kicks is a spinning side kick. The rest are successful, even though they go against what Joe teaches GSP. So yeah, make up your own mind.